Ta-da! We're back, folks. Hi there. Welcome to another edition of The Incredible Hoax. I am Mark Hoke, all too giddy movie enthusiast, joined by my friend.
Ever depressed? No, I'm not depressed. The ever, what's the word I'm looking for?
Forever longing?
I'm Chris.
You're yearning? He's yearning for more movies.
Exactly. Actually, I'm the writer and of Cowboy and Lucky. I also direct. Me and Russ have shared directing duties over the course of the episode, and now I'm editing Cowboy and Lucky. So we're in the post-production phase of Cowboy and Lucky, which means all the fun stuff of being on set and the camaraderie and having fun and laughing and getting your shots. That's all over.
Yeah.
And it's just you in a room arguing with people about what you want it to look like. And you're all in a room and you don't get out much and you never see the sun. And that's movie making, folks.
There's like one light in this large room. You're all eating potted ham sandwiches.
Oh yeah, we eat. We do. That's the one thing we do well is we eat.
Oh.
We had cheddars brought into us today. We eat well. We do eat well. But other than that, it's you're a mole in a dark room arguing.
Such is life, right?
Such is life.
That's the movie world.
That's the movie. Yeah, like these shows like movie making's all like fancy.
Yeah.
And
red carpet,
and it's just elegant and glamorous. Well, I'm sure it's that way somewhere. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that yet. To me, it's just you're either sweating or freezing on set, or you're in a dark room editing, like a computer nerd, a fastidious computer nerd. So anyway, enough of my love. They don't want to hear this.
They're like, okay, when are they going to talk about movies?
If you want to hear more about movie making, folks, text us at. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. Well, speaking of movies, today's topic, we've talked about this for years, so we've decided today we're going to have it out.
We're going to face the big elephant in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, we, of course, grew up loving watching the Oscars and all that.
Yes.
So we have an appreciation, of course, for the Academy.
Yeah, and I still do, quite frankly. I went through a period where I was like, I was kind of like anti-establishment. But now I'm back to just being a kid, and I like them.
Yeah. It kind of comes in cycles.
Yeah, exactly.
But one of the things is that we've kind of talked about over the years is their best picture choices don't always get it right. Let's be honest.
No, they do.
And then you look back 20 years later, and you look at the nominees and go, "You picked this over that, so we're going to have a little fun with it."
And sometimes it's even a little more immediate than that, but we'll just give them a little grace and say in hindsight.
Yeah, we have a few of those that we may or may not.
Well, let's skewer them. Let's get with the skewering.
All right. I think the oldest pairing I have is this one right here. 2001, A Space Odyssey, or Oliver.
Well, to be fair, just for disclosure,
yes,
I don't know if I've seen Oliver, but it's been so long ago, I couldn't tell you anything about it. But my recollection is enough to know that 2001 got robbed royal.
Right.
It was a monumental movie. It's a classic. It reinvented editing and special effects and stuff. Yeah, they totally got jobbed on that one.
Well, as a musical, which Oliver is, doing the whole Oliver Twist thing, that's fine.
Yeah.
But even for a musical, they tend to kind of embellish scenes. There's plenty of embellishment here. At some point, you're like, almost 3 hours of Oliver Twist? Really? Right. You're just like, oh my gosh, get to the point already.
Yeah.
And 2001 was so much of a cinematic landmark. It was a brave thing to do, to do something where like the first 25 minutes of the movie, there's not even any dialogue. It's just all these kind of choices that you wouldn't make sense from a mainstream point of view.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a
But
classic.
it was a big box office hit. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like people didn't like it. I mean, it made a ton of money.
Yeah. Well, there are people today still trying to figure out what the hell it means.
Yeah, or how they made it. I mean,
Yeah.
people today are still like, how did they get that shot?
Right.
And here we are with CGI and stuff, and it's still
and
beat
a
the pants out. Yeah.
long before CGI, you might go like, CGI, what is that?
And Kubrick is a genius. Was, and always shall be a genius. And it's hard for me to
Kubrick.
In popular thought, that's probably his masterpiece. I like some other movies he did better, but I mean, it's fine with me if they call it his masterpiece.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, I do.
That's your favorite?
Oh, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Next would be probably Dr. Strangelove. I love that one.
I would say Strangelove won, and actually, Paths of Glory. Last time I watched that movie. Oh God, there's a Paths of Glory. There's my rental pick of the week.
Well, there you go.
All right, I'll come to it later, but Paths of Glory. Keep that in mind. Think
Yes.
about that while we're doing the show.
All right, we're moving on to the next one because we want to get as many of these as we can. If we can.
We're doing the abbreviated version of. We're going to start streamlining this baby.
Well, we're the leaner, faster version of the Incredible Hulks.
That's right. That's right. And go.
Rocky or Taxi Driver?
That's not fair. My favorite movie between the two is Taxi Driver. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, it got robbed by the Oscars. I'm not going to say that, okay? Because Rocky's a great movie, and it deserved to win whatever it won and everything else. But Taxi Driver is to me the better movie. A lot more introspective, which goes with my cup of tea.
Right.
Gritty, brutal, unflinching. Uncomfortable. It's almost an uncomfortable experience watching that movie. Mm-hmm. I love Taxi Driver to death, man. Pushes buttons. A lot of movies. I can't think of any other movie that pushes the same buttons that movie does.
Well, this is a case where, of course, I think both are classics. However, I think Rocky doesn't get enough credit for being what it is. That first film it's a love story. You know, it's kind of got thrown into the action or slash sports movie genre, and I think that's true of the sequels.
Yeah, well, from 3 on.
Yeah, 3 on, but certainly the first one and the first two. It's centered on the love story, between Rocky and Adrian, and certainly one of the most memorable love stories. So.
Oh, I love them. It's a 4-star all-time classic for me.
Yeah.
Just if you tell me which one I like better, it's going to be Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Just because it's just so brutal and gritty. I'm a big Scorsese and Tarantino fan, and that's right up that same type of alley. The violence and it's just it's more my cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
I like violent movies, folks.
This is one of those where I do believe this. This is one of those where there's no wrong answer.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So if you either one, you're cool.
Yeah.
All right, next one is Star Wars or Annie Hall. I've been waiting all night for this one.
Take it. Go with it. Take it.
How in the world do you pick a movie, Annie Hall, God bless Woody Allen, and it's one of his better comedies. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But how in the world do you say this kind of contemporary comedy that's very dated in the 70s, and it has a witty script. How do you compare that to a film that literally saved the movie industry? Let's be honest.
Well, forget the movie industry for a second. I don't know, have we talked about this, but my favorite movie of all time is...
We have not.
Is the 1977 unmolested, unbastardized version of Star Wars. The special editions don't exist. But the 1977 version, Star Wars, is my absolute favorite movie. If I had no other movie in the world but that movie, I would be fine. I mean, that's
right. Well,
look, folks. I mean, there's Star Wars stuff everywhere, and
there's a stormtrooper right now judging us.
I've got action figures on my wall over there, and Star Wars is it transcends even movies. It's like the classical music from the 1600s or something, whatever the hell, whatever the hell Beethoven and all those other guys were doing. It's kind of like those. 200 years from now, Star Wars will still be there. Honest to God believe that.
Well, it's like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Yeah.
The Ode to Joy and all that.
Yeah.
That's seen as one of the great compositions that endured. Yeah. It's endured decades.
The best editing, the best musical score. It the way it's edited. It's edited to beats. You can't hear these beats. You can't see them, but it's there. There's a pulse to the movie that it's edited on. The escape from the Death Star, the TIE fighters are attacking the Millennium Falcon is without a doubt the greatest sequence of any kind. I don't care if it's action, whatever kind of sequence you're looking for. It's the greatest set of shots of all time. That sequence, musically, the way it's cut, the energy in it is no one will ever top for me the TIE fighter battle, escaping the Death Star, than that sequence. It's the greatest sequence of anything ever made. Period. It transcends everything. It's the greatest movie of all time. Period. There's nothing. My second film, here's Star Wars, and my second favorite film is right here. Okay, there's just it's an uncrossable gap. It's like, and I love my second favorite film.
It's like Mount Everest.
Yeah, it's just and I'm gonna say something really weird that maybe you're the only person in the world that will get. I value my relationship and memory of Star Wars more than I do lots of human beings, and I mean that with every fiber of my being. Honest to God, I would not be the same person without. You can remove people from my life, and I'd still be me.
Right.
You take Star Wars from me, I'm not the same human being.
You're right.
And I could look God in the eye and tell him that.
Yeah.
You know, it's there in my life for a reason.
Right.
That's the reason I grew up on that. It inspired me to try and do what I want to do with my life, and
Well, and having a film that's kind of like a screwball comedy or a kind of a oddball love story with a witty script. Oh, that's fine, but that's not. That's hard. Like, that's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, let's set the world on fire. Let's give it the Best Picture award. It's like, how dare you?
Yeah. I'm not saying Woody Allen's or Annie Hall's not a good movie.
It is a good movie, but it's like, how can you compare a movie that is so obviously? It's like it was shooting for the bleachers.
Beyond that, it was shooting for
the stars.
Another dimension. It was introducing into film something that had never even been fathomed before.
Yeah. Incidentally, it's my favorite film of all time too.
It's kind of like comparing the Ninth Symphony to, I don't know,
Stay by Lisa Loeb. It's like
yeah, exactly. It's like
It's like, well, that was a good song, but really?
Yeah, it's not even. It's, you know, there's certain pieces of art that literally change the Earth on its axis. And Star Wars was one of those movies. You don't have to agree with me,
right?
But I'm telling you the truth. Fine, don't agree with me. It doesn't change the truth any less.
Yes.
All right. It's just like, even though I might not care for Ninth Symphony, I love the Ninth Symphony, but say I didn't, it doesn't change the fact that it changed everything. You know?
Yeah.
What's a novel? It's kind of okay. The Bible. Probably gonna get real sacrilegious
Not
here.
the Bible.
But it's like
pick like a Christmas Carol or.
Okay, well, I can't think of a book. I can't think of a book with as much magnitude.
Oh, that had like the impact.
I can't think. I'm not a reader, so it's hard for me to think of a book.
Lord of the Rings is a book. It's huge.
Yeah.
Those. Yeah.
I can't think of a piece of literature that changed everything.
Other than the Bible, yeah.
All right, I'm not getting all. Don't even start, because me and him are devout Christians and everything else. So don't even go there. But really, the world would not be the same without the Bible, okay,
right.
Or the Torah or the Quran or anything else, and the world would not be the same.
Yeah.
Without Star Wars.
Well,
it would not.
One last thing on this, I would say that there are filmmakers that were inspired, kind of like in the post Citizen Kane world.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely post Star Wars. So.
Yes, exactly.
Take that for what you will.
Yeah, exactly. One more.
All right. How about Apocalypse Now or Kramer versus Kramer?
Please.
Just we're knocking out the 70s right here.
Please. Apocalypse Now, one of my favorite movies of all time. Epic, grand filmmaking. The story behind the making of it is legendary. There's another video pick, is The Heart of Darkness.
Yes.
Go out and rent the documentary or the Blu-ray Apocalypse Now should have it, doesn't it?
I think the 3-disc edition. You have to look for the special 3-disc version. You'll get all of it.
Okay. There's a documentary called Hearts of Darkness or Heart of Darkness. Hearts of Darkness.
Hearts of Darkness.
Hearts of Darkness. Yeah. Documentary about the making of Apocalypse Now. Watch it. It's grand filmmaking. The making of it is legendary. The movie itself is epic, and it's a visionary piece. It's one of those. It really is a piece of art. It's really a piece of art. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears went into making it in this movie, and you see it in the story and on the screen. And Kramer vs. Kramer was a movie of the week. Good, but why the hell it won Best Picture? I have no idea. It's just the movie of the week. That's all it is.
Well, and I hate to say, kind of put down a movie where Dustin Hoffman wins Best Picture. I mean, Best Actor. Dustin Hoffman is one of the great actors ever.
Yeah.
And so there's no. People think, wow, these guys are so full of themselves. Like, wait a second, we're just saying that there are certain films that are on a different level, and that's what we're talking about. If you say this movie is the Best Picture, then you should be looking for a film that isn't all about right now. And Kramer versus Kramer, for back in '79, I'm sure was for a contemporary film, was made the best you could make.
Yeah.
But what about a film that aspired to be even greater? Yeah. A film that is like so different, and it's going to stand the test of time and whatnot. I mean, how many people rent Apocalypse Now today versus Kramer versus Kramer?
Oh, it gets replayed in theaters. They had the special edition or whatever came out in theaters a while back.
Right. I mean, are we really asking for Kramer versus Kramer to have the special
nobody's clamoring.
Redux collection?
There's nobody clamoring for the Kramer versus Kramer Blu-ray.
I mean, all due respect, and it's a fine film. It really is. Yeah. But there is a point where you got Mount Everest and Guadalupe Peak. It's two different.
I don't watch dog shows. I know you've watched some. So tell me correct me if I'm wrong. But in dog shows, they have different breeds, and they say this is the best hound, this is the best miniature, this is the best terrier, or whatever, right?
Yeah, they have the 7 breeds.
Okay, and then they take from all of those and say this is the best dog,
best
of show. Okay, so Kramer versus Kramer might have been the best contemporary type drama. And of that year, Apocalypse Now was the best war movie. But which of those best in that subcategory was the best overall movie?
Right.
And was something that transcended higher than the genre into great aspiring filmmaking. And if you honestly look at yourself and say Kramer versus Kramer, I can't help you. I cannot help you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because we're really limited in what we can talk about.
Right. Well, and. I'm endangering ticking off a bunch of people, but there is an audience out there that is more comfortable watching, like, shall we say, the more like family sanitized material versus stuff that's more mature.
Yeah.
And God bless you if you're happy with having Disney Channel, let's say, on, or Nickelodeon around 24 hours. At your home, God bless you. We're not here to judge, but when you're talking about judging art, you should not put a limitation on art.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting there going, well, it had too much violence for me, well then that's your problem.
Yeah.
You are putting a limit or a barrier there, and when you're judging art, that should not be in the way. Now. You may not be inclined to like violent movies, but you should have an artistic eye if you're judging films to say, but I see the brilliance. I have a friend that watched Sin City, and she said that the movie it disturbed her with all the violence. But she says, but I know it was brilliant. Yeah. See, that's someone who is objective. I can appreciate that. Yeah. So, anyway, this was fun. I hope we get to do more of that in the future. But that's our kind of best picture versus.
Well, we produced the show. There's a good chance we will.
Yeah. Great. Awesome.
All right, we're going to wrap it up for this one.
And let's do that by the quote of the week.
Quote of the week and our DVD pick.
All right. Let's start with the movie rental. That's a good segue where we were.
Well, like I said earlier, Stanley Kubrick's Paths of Glory with Kirk Douglas as a star takes place in World War One, and it's about a battle gone wrong and the consequences thereafter. And that's all I'll say about it. It's a brilliant, brilliant movie. Some people say anti-war movie. I'm not into the whole anti-pro-war movie. It's just a war movie, and you just be the judge from there.
Yeah, darn good story. Yeah. And Kirk Douglas is excellent in it.
And the direction and the cutting and these long tracking shots through the trenches of World War I are just brilliant. Beautiful black and white photography. It's excellent.
My movie rental suggestion is The Right Stuff, directed by Philip Kaufman. And with all this stuff about the space shuttle, is it going to be launched or whatever, right, got me to thinking, hey, a lot of people still haven't seen The Right Stuff. So if you haven't, check it out. It is a fantastic epic,
brilliant movie. It's almost like a John Ford Western. Seriously, I mean, it's
in some ways,
it's like a John Ford Western. Exploring this undiscovered country of outer space. It's a brilliant movie, beautifully shot.
And I would dare say, maybe other than Forrest Gump, I can't think of a drama where there's that much comedy, things to laugh at.
That's what I was going to say. The wit in it is just awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Dennis Quaid. But if you're a Dennis Quaid fan,
you gotta see it.
This is like, he's like maybe his coolest ever.
Right.
I don't know if he's ever played a cooler character than the one he played in. It was Gordo Cooper, right? Wasn't he?
I think that's right.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Magnificent.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Jeff Goldblum's in it too. There's like a bunch of actors who got bigger later.
Right.
You'll see them in minor roles. So watch for it.
Yeah, well, Ed Harris is a young Ed Harris is in there.
Scott Glenn.
Yeah.
Fred Ward, Dennis Quaid. Jeff Goldblum's in it a little bit.
Yeah.
Sam Shepard is. Oh God, he's tremendous. Yeah. Sam Shepard steals the show.
Yeah. Barbara Hershey as of course. So a lot of just a great cast.
A roll call of people who go on to be stars,
which is true.
Inside joke.
Inside joke. We'll tell you later. All right. Quote of the week. Last week's was definitely mostly not about the girl. So if you answered Constantine, you were correct.
Yeah.
Moving on to this week's, I believe, since Thanksgiving is coming up, and being charitable. So this one is the easiest one ever. So if you do not get this one, shame on you. This is the easiest quote of the week I'll probably ever will do.
Okay.
My friends, you bow to no one. One more time. My friends, you bow to no one. That is the easiest.
And if you don't get this quote, why the hell are you even watching this show?
But keep watching anyway.
Keep watching it regardless. We'll educate you.
Yeah, we'll find reasons.
But we'll try and help you as much as we can.
Yeah, we'll give away chocolate or something.
If people have figured it out by now, I'm kind of the butthole between the two. I think people... Is that Trent Sim? He's the nice guy and I'm the jerk.
Well, that'll be like next week's poll, you know.
Is Chris an asshole? I mean, a butthole. Oops, I get bleeped again. All right, if you watch, I did get bleeped. I got bleeped 2 shows ago? Something like that. That was funny.
Well, it snuck out.
It snuck out.
Yeah, sometimes it pounces on you.
You don't see it coming in. Also, the hair.
It's like daylight savings time. So, it's here. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, please, we welcome you to make your guesses for our quote of the week.
Oh yeah, quote of the week answers will be placed at our Facebook wall, The Incredible Hoax on Facebook, posted on our wall, or email us at hope@redseatelevision.com. That's hope@redseatelevision.com. And with that,
you do that well.
Thank you. I guess we're signing off then.
Yes, we are.
And with that, I bid you adieu.
See you, everybody.